Hi guys, it's your girl Kay. I've been meditating on something lately, and I wanted to just try to do a brief video about this. And maybe this is something that other people might be dealing with. I'm just trying to see, like, I've been having some, I won't say issues, but one thing that I have been meditating on with the Most High, I've been working on, is I've been having these experiences more frequently now that I've been going out and about a little bit more, because I've kind of been in hermit mode for quite some time. And I mean, let me see, like 4 months. I really didn't go nowhere for real. And really because I didn't have the capacity or capabilities to do so. But now that I'm like out more and I'm, doing all this, I'm back and forth doing a whole bunch of stuff, I've been getting like weird vibes from employees at restaurants and the grocery store and, all this stuff. Like, I'm like, why does this keep happening? Like, not that I'm not used to mistreatment from people, but I'm just like, I'm not bothering anybody. I'm minding my business. I'm, tending to my kid. I'm not doing nothing. So I'm like, I don't even understand why people are even coming at me this way. And I get so angry sometimes because I'm like, God, like, I feel like I can't go anywhere or do nothing. It's always somebody with an attitude. And in my meditations, I've been getting warned several times about being defensive. And I'm like, what? I was like, well, is that not a natural response for me to be a little defensive? That, I'm over here minding my business, doing what I do, not bothering anyone, and someone feels the need to come over here and disturb my peace. And I was upstairs meditating earlier, and it dropped in my spirit, and I just felt the need to share. And it's like, why are you getting defensive when these people are just showing you who they are? And I was like, oh, and I was just thinking about a couple interactions I've had in the last couple of days, and it's like, I didn't do anything wrong in these situations. It's just people are triggered, and it's starting to make me really truly understand that when you are high ranking in the spiritual realm, when you're a healer, when you are a light worker, you're a bright shining light in this world, and especially being a bright shining light in a world full of darkness, you coming around really makes people have to show you who they are. And yes, it is annoying. It does feel like, why am I always the one mistreated? But they mistreat you because they just proven who they really are. People target you because your light irritates them. They hate the way you shine. Your light is so bright, it literally pisses people off to their core. And a lot of these people don't know why. But it's mostly because these people live in a false reality. People live in this, a lot of people, especially nowadays, a lot of people are living lies. People are living above their means. People are pretending to be things that they're not. A lot of people are out here trying to pretend to be loving and compassionate and empathetic, but really they don't care about anybody but themselves. They have narcissistic tendencies, or some of them just are pure, straight, flat out narcissistic and sadistic, and they get off on the pain of others. And especially if you're neurodivergent and you're just automatically different, like, people subconsciously know that you're different. There are many studies about that, many studies about, like, autistic people not being liked because to, like, allistic or neurotypical people, they say like, oh well, they just seem like they're up to something, and it's like they're not doing anything. They're really just different from you, and people are taught to reject what's different from them. And I just want you to understand that rejection truly is protection. Like, I have removed myself from so many situations because of the rejection that was put upon me, like by the people around me. And honestly, even though things are not perfect, even though there's still quite a bit of uncertainty in my life currently, I feel so much more, I feel better. I don't even know how to put that like in any better words. I feel better without those people. And I'm not saying that I don't get lonely. I'm not saying that, you know, I don't think about those people sometimes, because I absolutely do. I absolutely think about it. But then when I think about calling people or trying to rekindle, I remember the reason why we disconnected, and I realized that the person that I am now would never put up with the stuff that the person I used to be. Like, there are certain things and boundaries that I currently have that the old me would have given up a long time ago on, and I would still have those same people hanging around me. And now that I no longer feel the need to keep people in my life who make it very clear to me that they do not care for me, that they do not love me, that they do not like me, you know, in any way, shape, or form, capacity, whether they say it out loud, out their mouth, or with their actions. I've reached this point of peace in my life where I'm okay with just me. And I'm starting to really realize that these chaos demons in the world, these unhealed people that you interact with on a day-to-day basis, like, these people really hate that you like yourself. God forbid you love yourself a little bit more than they feel like you should. God forbid you take care of yourself. And it may not even be that big. Like right now, like I'm not doing nothing spectacular. Like I used to always have my nails done and they'd be super long and, you know, different colors. But I don't even have all of that right now, you know. And still I'm getting that from people. And I'm like, I'm in my regular clothes. I don't have nothing flashy on. I'm not even wearing no jewelry. And I usually got some sort of jewelry on, some sort of necklace, a ring or something. And it's like, I don't even have none of that on. And me just being me really pisses people off. And that's how you know, that is how you know that you carry an immense amount of presence. Because people don't bother with people that they don't feel something from. People aren't going out their way to, you know, make somebody feel some type of way that is just regular. That's how you know that you're not regular. And I mean, a part of me feels like good in a way, like, wow, I really impact people. But then it kind of also sometimes feels bad, because I know it's like, I know that I'm not doing anything to these people to trigger them other than existing. But it does give me a little bit of clarity on, like, you're doing something right. Because people, influential people throughout history have always had a lot of haters behind them, or, you know, just different. Like, and I think about like Martin Luther King, for instance. Like, as much as our school system loves to try to teach us about him, and he's one of the most talked about black civil rights leaders and most popular black civil rights leaders in our American history books, the truth of the matter is that when he was alive, when he was doing all of the things that he did, people hated him. So like, those white communities hated him. They hated him because he was messing up everything. They didn't want equality. They didn't want none of that stuff. So it's like, and now seeing, you know, that he's been gone for a very long time, and his work has been so impactful on you know, at least this country, like, and his legacy lives on forever. It's like, you like, sometimes I have to think about stuff that way, like, not putting myself on any type of level of Martin Luther King, but all of the great people who have made an impact in some way, shape, or form have all been disliked at a certain point in time, you know, or they started late in life. You know, Vera Wang didn't make her first dress until she was like 45. So it's like, just because you're getting a later start in what you're doing, or just because you're becoming the person that you're meant to be later on in life, doesn't necessarily mean that you're behind. It means you're right on time. And the reason why you're triggering people is because people see you, and subconsciously they know that what you're exhibiting as the person that you are is a lot of the things that they could be doing. Like, you're a mirror to people, and people hate that. And sometimes people already have these preconceived notions about you just based on how you look, and they think that they're going to get a certain reaction out of you because, oh well, I've done that to people like her before, and so they think they know what the outcome is going to be, and you completely shake them because you don't react the same way that these people expect you to. And because you don't react the way that people expect you to, it pisses them off, because now they have to look at themselves and they have to ask themselves, why did I do this to this person, or why did I assume this about this person? And they don't want to have to ask themselves those questions. They don't want to have to be accountable for the way that they treat people. That's why so many like toxic people mistreat certain people, because that person is probably going to react a certain way. Because I see a lot of videos on social media nowadays where people talk about, like, I'm the problem as soon as I react, but nobody wants to talk about how you were saying this and that and doing this and that to get me to react. And I'm like, that's the point. You have to be the problem so that these people don't have to take responsibility for the way that they treat you. They want you to crash out. They want you to act a fool. They want you to do all of that. Because by you doing that, it justifies the reasons why they do those things. Like, if you've been in a narcissistic relationship, I'm sure some people have seen this before, even whether you've been in a relationship or if you've seen this happen to somebody else. But a narcissistic type of person will poke at you and poke at you and poke at you until you completely lose your mind. And then they'll record you. And then they'll tell people, see, I told you she's abusive. See, I told you he's crazy. And this is the stuff that he does. And it's like, bro, you like, so you're not gonna talk. They'll never tell you what they did to get you to that point, but they'll show people how you responded, so that then that becomes the standard for you. It's like, oh well, remember, well, you yelled and did all of this crazy stuff. And it's just like, this was after months of me holding myself back and trying to do all of this. Like, that's what people want from you. And I can honestly say, like, I've gotten myself to a point now where it really, really, really takes a lot to piss me off. Like, I mean, I may get irritated by something, but I'm not gonna bring it up or say anything. Like, I'm composed enough where if I'm in a situation where something is not right, I'm composed enough where I can move around and maneuver out the situation without lashing out. But that has taken a lot of time. It's taken a lot of long nights. It's taken a lot of crying. It has taken a lot of journaling. It has taken a lot of voice notes. It has taken a lot of sleepless nights. It has taken a lot of second guessing and doubting myself to feel comfortable enough to allow someone to have their opinion and try to do something to me and be able to walk away from it. And I mean, I can put my foot down if it's something that like is really bad. I can absolutely speak up about it. But other than that, being unbothered is so powerful because people don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Like, being able to maneuver around that, like, you, especially when they group up. That was the main thing that I was meditating about. Like, people who get together in groups, like I've seen groups of people try to sabotage me, and it's like the fact that they even had to group up. There are people right now who don't even like each other, but they grouped up, buddied up with other people just to come after you. You are so powerful. That's why they don't like you. That's why they feel like they got to mistreat you. They don't like you. They don't want you to exist, because your existence makes them have to question everything that they've known and done all of their lives. You're the glitch in the system. You're the glitch, and it bothers them to no end. 888 on my watch. It bothers them to no end that you just being you is so powerful, because they don't have that same power. They need to chase the validation. They're not as magnetic as you. People don't gravitate towards them, and they wish they could be like that. So they feel like they got to beat you down and diminish who you are so that they can feel better about themselves. And ultimately, I mean, if God be for you, who could be against you? And I mean, God will remove you from those places, those tables, those rooms that you don't have no business being in. And when it's time for you to move on to another table, or you're creating your own table, then you get to decide who has a seat. And don't let them people who've been disrespecting you come have a seat. You remember exactly what they did. That's one thing I've also been warned about for a while, is like, don't, just because they say they sorry doesn't mean that it be. Reconciliation is not mutually exclusive with forgiveness. You can absolutely forgive someone, but that does not mean that you have to reconcile with them. I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's your childhood friends. Reconciliation is not mutually exclusive with forgiveness. I can forgive you and love you from a distance. I do not have to let you back in. So just try to keep going. Don't be so defensive. That's why I'm keep telling myself all week, don't be so defensive by these people being disrespectful, because they just showing who they are. That's just who they are, and you are who you are for a reason. That you got these people triggered so bad. Like, you just gotta smile about it sometimes, because it's like, when you really sit back and think about it, it's like, wow, I'm so impactful, just my presence alone, that it really makes people shift. You shift the room. That's not normal. Regular people don't do that. You're not normal, you're special. And with that, guys, that's the end of this video. Comment anything you'd like, anything you want me to talk about. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, thanks. Bye.